What's up guys, let's go ahead and get another review in. Today we got the First Hand Supply Clay Pomade. Among the three products I believe they offer in their line, the water-based pomade, texturizing clay, and the clay pomade, which I believe was formerly known as the summer pomade. I think that was offered last year as like a special edition or limited run, but with this clay pomade, it's I think permanently part of their line. It is on our approved list. James has put it on there. I don't even know when he put it on there, but I've actually never used this product before. I've tested it out the last couple of days just to see how it kind of works for my hair, and here we are. So I'm just going to show you how it performs for my type of hair. We're just going to do the usual, the design of the jar, the application, how it lasts throughout the day, and then my final thoughts on it. We're just going to try and cover as many clays as possible. That's just a personal preference, and let's get it. Taking a look at the jar, we see that First Hand Supply Clay Pomade received an overhaul in terms of their design when compared to the summer pomade. It comes in a 3-ounce plastic container that is 100% recycled, yay for sustainability and being eco-friendly. Other than that, we have a sticker on top that distinguishes it from the other products because all their designs look very similar. It's going to be color coordinated with what type of product it is. So for the clay pomade, we get this like very, I don't even know what's it called, a very pastel pink. That's what the word it was, pastel. But we see that there's instructions, reminder to recycle, made with you in mind, and then a warning: just keep the stuff out of your eyes and don't let kids eat it. So let's go ahead and get to the application process. So opening the jar, we're going to get a whiff of, I want to describe it as like a very like essential oily kind of scent. Think along the lines of like eucalyptus, lavender, or even like tea tree oil. This is like predominantly lavender mixed in with like sweetness and like some type of like cologne-y kind of scent. Can't really pinpoint exactly what it is, but just to give you guys what the actual listing says, it's bergamot, juniper berry, lavender, wormwood, and palo santo. I only know 3 of those 5 things, and to combine them, I have no idea what that's gonna smell like, but you do get a little bit of sweetness, which I think is from the juniper berry. Lavender is definitely there, and then the wormwood and palo santo and bergamot, don't know how to like distinguish those notes, but overall I do like the scent. I'm down. Let's go ahead and apply it. So just to give you guys an idea, it's a clay, but it definitely feels a lot softer than most clays. So we see that it's a little bit more moisture in the product. It's almost like a lotion. So spreading it around, super easy. There's no dryness or like grittiness from it. Dissolves in your hands fairly smooth. Like even applying it, you'll find that it's a little bit dry, but the initial contact point of your hair with the product, we see that it's pretty easy. Okay, never mind. I see the dryness coming up. Let me pull up my camera. Thanks to those guys that suggested people like the plants more than my passport photo background. We'll go ahead and stick with this layout just for consistency in the future. So I'm gonna use another scoop for essentially the top of my hair. So spreading around, super easy. Product feels a little bit dry at this point in my hair, but go ahead and spread it around. It's definitely drier at this point, but it is offering a tremendous amount of hold. If you guys have been following my reviews, I do mention that typically with these drier products, it somehow translates into a more kind of wavy result in terms of styling my hair. I don't know what to attribute that to, but I'm just going to assume that because the products are a lot drier, when you do apply it, the moisture kind of evaporates, and once it kind of condenses in a way, it kind of pulls everything a little bit tighter. So whatever waves you have in your hair kind of becomes more prominent if that makes sense. Kind of just enhances the waves that are kind of there already. So applying a clay, expect it to be dry and a little bit of tugging. My hair is pretty much dry at this point, so it's going to offer a lot of tugging. Would suggest either misting your hair or just applying it on towel dried hair. Whoops. So just right off the bat, we see that it's going to be a matte finish. Super strong hold, super responsive to whatever I'm styling. Essentially holding everything in place. It does feel like a clay. It doesn't have that consistency that we always see with clays where it's like very gritty. This is definitely on the more, I believe, waxier side. But it does have kaolin clay in it as well. But also has beeswax as well as carnauba wax. Whatever the case, a good mix of clays and waxes, but does feel a little bit waxier than clay. But we see that the clay does offer more malleability and just styling it. Overall texture looks great. A little bit of strays here and there, but it's not going to be a slick product. We know that from past examples that these drier products don't really offer a good amount of slickness. So should I just do that? Let's go ahead and comb it and see. For those of you guys that comb, bro, this is why I need to comb my hair. Ooh, crisis averted. So as you guys see, like combing it, the waves just become like even more crazy. I'm not sure why that is exactly. You guys are hair scientists out there, please explain below. Alright. So as you guys can see, just combing it, super responsive. Dope. But let's go ahead and see if I can actually style it. Cool, cool, cool. Whoa. So definitely not on the slick side of things. Would not suggest that you use a comb for this if you're going for like a clean, dapper look. We're gonna have to go with a messier look, just because for my hair and now, for some reason, it just feels really dry and brittle. Not that it's like crackly, but just the look that it gives doesn't really give way to like this fine combed kind of look. So let's go ahead and scrap that. Just gonna go with the natural finger combing, but hopefully that gave you guys an idea of like what it looks like when you guys do comb it. All right. So cool. Let me double check, give you guys a 360 tour. Start from the back. So as you guys see, it's a very like sticky product. We get a good amount of hold, which also constitute a good amount of volume. Very matte, natural or neutral shine. Not natural, it's a very neutral kind of shine. A little bit of strays here and there, definitely not slick product. Scent, kind of there, kind of not. It's kind of dissipated at this point. We'll go ahead and get throughout the day and see how this product lasts. With my type of hair, throughout the day, the product just kind of disintegrates and then my hair kind of falls out of place. This is offering like a crazy amount of hold, so it's very promising. We'll see if that kind of stays. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's go ahead and wrap this up before we run out of light. Give you guys a little 360 tour. So not much has changed since the beginning of this. Just been around the house, so in terms of like being active, it's not really putting the pomade to a test in this extreme. But for those more on this like not sedentary but just like more calm lifestyle, it's definitely suitable for that. But let's go ahead and restyle it so we can kind of see what it's capable of. So right off the bat, the product's still pretty dry. The stickiness is gone at this point. I'd say the moisture has essentially evaporated. I assume that's where you get the stickiness from. Still a matte finish, very natural kind of look to it still. One thing I don't like is initially when we had that stickiness, it kind of led to like this kind of stringiness or like this like brittleness in the hair. Just in terms of looks, it's not like it actually made the hair brittle. It's just like the hair looked finer than what it actually was. So for me, I'm not a huge fan of that, but for those who are looking for like, let's say, more natural, I guess, how would I even put this? Like if you had shorter hair, this would be perfect for like a super messy kind of look. For people with longer hair who are trying to like neaten things up, this wouldn't necessarily be ideal. I'd say it's doable, but it's not going to be like the most slick look. Let's put it that way. Essentially the scent is gone at this point. What else is there? Hold, still a strong hold. We see that it hasn't really lost much of its initial integrity. Things have loosened up a little bit, but again, I attribute that to like the evaporation of water. But overall, solid pomade. I see why James put it on the approved list. Works pretty well for his hair. For my hair, it's holding up very well. One thing, again, I didn't like is like the stickiness of the clay pomade itself. But a very minor con considering all the pros it has. So there's my take on it. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace out.